And in 2005, so this is a year after the privatization, I happened upon an article at the Queen's University, and it talks about depth of change. So I think for public companies, this is where it really gets difficult. You know, operational, what we're doing is right. We just need to do it better. No change to mission, vision, strategy. Strategic, and hopefully you're thinking about this with your own businesses. Because I think IT, going forward, is actually going to play a major role in how organizations change the culture. The fundamentals are right at the strategic level, just change the objectives. Cultural, we have to change the way we think and act, change the vision, values, leadership. And the paradigm shift, we have to recreate the business or disappear. I came to believe that Cara needed to go through that last part. It's a full paradigm shift. And in fact, we've touched on each one of those things over the last 3 years. So operationally, we have restructured after the economy. We've re-engineered, we've downsized. We've improved our planning. We've had a full management change. Of the 450 people at head office, we're now down to about 285 because we've systemized. Of that 285, I would say to you, the only people that haven't been changed are probably accounts payable, accounts receivable. And then finally, focus on survival. And Panduit, I mean, this is the plug for Panduit, but if we didn't put the infrastructure in, we couldn't have done the things that we're about to talk about. So this is what Cara looked like in 2006. So the dotted lines are manual processes. That's what it took to go from the restaurant to get information into J.D. Edwards to get financials. Don't forget, this was a public company. So today, we look like this. We're fully automated. And with that, we've seen margin improvement. Food and labor are 60% of our costs. We've actually seen margin improvement of 4 points. Our IT spend at the restaurant level has decreased by 30%. Our applications are essentially managed, so we've embraced cloud computing. We're starting to virtualize, and we have a high availability DR site. We are fully scalable, and the culture of our business has changed. Our overheads as a percent of sales have decreased by 2%. The IT staff have been reduced from 65 to 70 people to 15. And then finally, I'd just like to end on a Vegas story. I read an article by the Dean of the University of Toronto. He talked about the New England Patriots and when they went 16-0. And in the expectation market, their record was 10-6. And I think that's a great analogy for businesses. So they were perfect on the field, the battlefield. But in the expectation market, they were only 10-6. So I went to the booking here in Vegas, and I tried to find out what the New Orleans Saints were this year. So they're 11-0. Their record in the expectation market, so how many times did they beat the spread, are 8-3. And I think the big challenge for organizations going forward is that you could be winning in the field of business, but in the expectation market, being a public company, you're not winning. And that, to me, is the paradigm shift that organizations have to go through. How do you actually win on the field of business and not be punished by the expectation market?